Good evening, everyone, and welcome. You know what? It is always hard when we wake up in the middle of the night and we don't know what to do. We toss, we turn, we try to figure out how to get back to sleep. And we are here to talk about the 10 ways to fall back asleep after you have woken up in the middle of the night. This comes from an article by Daily Motivation, and it is going to be presented by Dr. Justine. I wanted to welcome Dr. Justine with us. She is our leader here at Justine Blainey Wellness Center. She is a popular motivational speaker. She speaks at schools and universities all over the country, actually all over North America. And she is very, very passionate, believes everyone deserves a healthcare team that focuses on prevention, optimal health, and open communication. Please help me welcome Dr. Justine.
Hello, everybody. Well, we got a great topic tonight. Who doesn't need a good night's sleep? And if you don't get a good night's sleep, you're waking up to get that Tim's coffee or Starbucks coffee. You just can't wait to have that aroma of something to just give you that extra boost. So we're very, very important. How sleep affects all aspects of your health. So that's what we're covering today. But coming up is female health, understanding female hormones, understanding weight gain that can help with affect with menopause, affecting things with menstrual concerns, fertility. So welcome, Dr. Udani. She's going to be covering that topic. We're also going to be going over elimination diets, and that's not just food, but how do we eliminate things in our life that are destructive to our life? I do have 5 ways to handle that holiday stress, all that pressure that comes our way, and finding ways just to say no. And for my mom, we do have the Sit and Fit, a brand new Sit and Fit to keep you energized. We have done a few on the our website already, but and on Facebook and on YouTube, all of these topics can be found. But I have made a created new one just for my mom, just for you, to keep moving. You don't have to change your clothes. You can just do it anywhere in a chair. So stay tuned with us right now. If you have questions, don't hesitate to give me a text. I'm there. I'm happy to help you. So sleep is crucially important. About 30, even 40% of us have insomnia. And this is not talking you just have a little bit of trouble getting to sleep or you wake up often. Sleep problems are real. And when we have sleep problems, that can affect our concentration, our focus. It can affect anxiety, depression, our moods, our energy. It affects weight gain because we're reaching for food just for that little extra energy push. We're reaching for those energy drinks or caffeinated drinks that can affect our cortisol levels just to give us that extra, umph to get through the day. So, how do we turn that mind off sometimes, that whole system off to recharge? That's what we're going to talk about today. So, we got 10 hints today to talk about how to improve your sleep and if you can't get back to sleep. So, number one is getting a pattern. We need to find a way to go to bed and get up at the same day. Even if you are, you work nights, then we still need that pattern of going to bed and getting up at the same time. This helps affect what's called your circadian rhythm. Our body loves rhythms. Now, the best way is to turn off at night when the sun is off. We want to be able to sleeping if we can when it is dark. If you work night shift, that means having the blackout blinds. I have one patient who was a firefighter. He slept in the cellar so that it was cool, it was dark, there was no lights and no noise from the rest of the family who was awake during the day. We want to be able to get up with the sun. So I know with my sister at the cottage, like doesn't put blinds at all on the cottage windows so that you can hear the birds, you can see the sun, and you naturally want to wake up when it starts to get bright out. So we want to realize that our body is designed to start to shut down as it gets dark. So number one thing is get our pattern. For me, you could ask anyone. It hits 10 o'clock, 10:30. My brain is shutting off because I'm typically waking up about 4 o'clock, 4:15, 4:30. I need that sort of 6 hours solid in a row. So make sure we do all the things through the day to make sure you get a good quality sleep in that 6 hours. But it's the same routine, even on weekends. My husband can be talking to me hits 10:30 and I'm tuning out, I'm falling asleep mid conversation. Now, the experts say for your patterns is the goal is not after 10 o'clock. The hours before midnight count double, right? So I just said I try to be in bed 10 o'clock, read, meditate, pray, little extra reading, shutting our systems down in order to be able to get that good night's sleep. The hours before midnight. After dark, our body is suppressing the hormones that get us energized, all right? And we are starting to create more melatonin, natural hormones to help us sleep. So we know that if we're pushing past 10 o'clock, that's when you're getting your second wind. You know, you've been to the party, you've had the Christmas party, New Year's party, trying to hit midnight, and you're kind of dozing. And then all of a sudden, midnight goes, and yay, you know, New Year's pots and pans. But guess what? You pay for it later. It may take you upwards to a week, and some people even upwards to a month if they start to get into that second wind regularly in order to recuperate. You do not recuperate the next day with a nap in the afternoon or saying, oh, I'll just sleep in tomorrow morning because I stayed up late. It doesn't work that way. We all know that our body often will wake up at the same rhythm, the same time, regardless if you went to bed later. So, this second wind isn't something that we want to do regularly. We want that sleep schedule if we can. So that means if we're having family dinners, book them earlier. I know in our household, when we try to have a family dinner, we try to make sure that the dinner is closer 5:30, 6 o'clock, rather than the dinner 7 o'clock, 7:30, so that people can get home, get their rest, and so can we after cleanup. So planning that with our family, our friends, or even better, planning a luncheon and a hike or a walk in order to get our be able to maintain our sleep patterns. Now, if you can't maintain your sleep pattern, this is when you want to prepare the weeks in advance. Whether it's nap times, extra sleep in advance. Or if you're going to travel, start changing your time frames by 15 minutes and eventually a half an hour so that when you get to the new time zone, your body is better able to adapt. So this requires preparation. Also requires preparation is having that routine before going to bed and when waking up in order to maintain those sleep patterns. So, an example for me before going to bed, my clothes for the next day are already prepared. Mentally, I prepared my lunch, my snacks, whatever I'm going to be doing the next day for food, so that that is not something I'm rushing around in the morning. My workout clothes also prepared so that eventually it becomes no thinking and I prepare the routines and getting these patterns. These patterns require for your our nutrition, our exercise, our meditation prayer time, and our sleep. So when we have these routines and patterns, it's just about following them and not trying to think extra every day. If we have to rethink a pattern, rethink an agenda every single day, that just requires extra brain power that makes us more tired and also can help prevent us from getting a good night's sleep. So, as we hit number two, anxiety, depression, worry can truly affect our sleep. So, if we are having severe anxiety, depression, definitely seek out the support that you need. Our naturopath, Dr. Udani, does work with different mental health conditions and talking about different coping structure strategies. Now, we do have numerous talks on our website about stress and stress management, breathing exercises, and we'll go through some of those coming up in a moment. But certainly, one of the best things is worrying today going to change tomorrow, right? Focusing that, you know what, none of what I'm doing right now is going to change the outcome. And if it's not going to change the outcome, the best way for me to manage tomorrow is shut down. So with Tony Robbins, he talks about having a drawer and visualizing that drawer. And at the top drawer of the drawer is our vision thoughts, our goals thoughts. But at the bottom drawer, those are our worries, our anxieties, our stresses. So sometimes it's about visually taking that stress and instead of putting in the top drawer for vision and for and for motivation, for legacy, we're saying, okay, I got that stress. I'm going to put it in that bottom drawer, and I'm going to be able to pick up that drawer, open that drawer in the morning. Sometimes those stressors, it's just about writing it down. I don't know about you, but I'm worried about something and it just goes over and over and over and over again. My mind, whether I talk it into my phone or I write it out, and I can address that worry in the morning. I can essentially capture that worry, put it aside, both physically, mentally, emotionally, so that I can allow my body to say, okay, nothing I can do right now with this worrying is going to support me and serve me. As we get into number three, we do need hormonal and sugar balances. Now, men and women have hormonal balances throughout the day, women throughout the month, and these can affect our sleep, especially as women get, into their 50s with different menopausal hormone concerns. One of the best ways, though, is to get your hormones tested. The Dutch test is excellent. It can be done by your naturopath. Medical doctors can order it as well, but they often don't know what it is. It will test, literally over 25 different hormones. It'll test your sleep hormones. Um, to see where you're at and then allow you to have a better diagnosis and a better treatment plan. It does cost about $500. It is an out of pocket cost, but it is also a taxable cost because it's ordered by your doctor. And a Dutch test typically has about 5 little white strips throughout the day. You're peeing on the little white strips, and then you submit them to see what your cortisol levels and your hormone levels are fluctuating throughout the day. Sometimes they'll order a 24-hour urine sample, looking at cortisol levels. So, looking at your hormone levels and then your sugar levels. Sometimes when your sugar levels drop, like you're hungry, especially we have to be concerned with different people with thyroid imbalances or diabetic insulin concerns. That can wake you up. So we need to. Sometimes that's where you hear about people having that snack before bed. Obviously, quality snack, not a sugar snack, because sugar will give you that spike protein. So, healthy carbohydrate, healthy protein, in order to be able to try and regulate your sugar levels. And that can be tested, your sugar levels, your inflammatory markers, with blood work, with your naturopath or with your medical doctor, things like your A1C, your homocysteine, to see if you're having hormonal fluctuation that can be addressed by exercise, diet, um, uh, coping strategies like chiropractic or like some of the breathing exercises that we're going to have coming up. Number four is address different medical issues, certainly things like sleep apnea. That was one of the things with my mom. You can look at some of these sleep apnea, CPAP machines. We have some different businesses in Brampton just on Sandalwood there. But my mother got the one that's like a full mouthpiece. But then it sometimes affects your rotation of your neck, can be the strap on your head can affect the curve in your neck, which then affects your brain stem. So sometimes they also have one that's just a little strip under your nose, a little bit easier. And those are just to get more oxygen into your body. And sleep apnea, of course, can be affected by the curve in your neck, by your pillow. So looking at different sleep disorders as well. This is something that also affects things like bedwetting or having to get up frequently to urinate. And then looking at thyroid functions, that Dutch test is huge. And there are different natural remedies for sleep and thyroid concerns. Even though you get your thyroid hormones tested, your T3, T4, TC8, um, you often can have thyroid concerns that are minor and undetected by your blood work, but can be helped with homeopathy, and that can be helped with your neither your homeopath or your naturopath. And finally, different injuries can affect. I know when I used to have severe carpal tunnel, like numbness and tingling my hands, I'd have to get up and shake out. So sometimes making sure that you get your injuries addressed. For me, I hit my head playing hockey, so those damaged those nerves in my neck were really affecting down my hands. So getting the injuries addressed, and sometimes that might require also, like I have to wear braces on my hands so that if I don't bend my hands or sleep like this, sleep on my hands, twist my neck in my sleep. Some of us have some crazy positions in our sleep that wake us up and prevent our sleep. And so sometimes we need to learn the right positions, the right pillows, and retrain our body position. I used to be a severe, like I love side sleeping. That was like my cuddle up position. And now, after injuring my neck and affecting my hands, I had to relearn how to sleep on my back with my hands and elbows in a straight line. So this does require practice sometimes and coaching, and that's where naturopaths and chiropractors are there to help you along the way. So, continuing with our 10 strategies, we talked about scheduling, go to bed at the same time, preferably 2 hours before midnight, eliminating those bright sounds and light. So, that includes your phone, your alarm clocks, TVs. Bright TV before bed does affect you afterwards and affect so your body keeps waking up through the night, or you keep playing that whatever was on the negative Nelly news or the TV show. And then finally, number three is if you can't get to sleep or you can't stay asleep, to stay in bed literally is just so frustrating, right? So get out of bed, clean the house, read something boring. Don't use a something that's lit up to read, like an iPad. You want to make sure that you're reading something that is darker, but just to get your body out of that sort of negative thought or that thought pattern, to change both your physical and your mental state, focusing on something else, reading something else. Maybe it's putting on, something that's on. That you're listening to, right? So that you can just get your mind off and focus off whatever you were focusing on and to refocus on something else and then to try back again. Those some people have severe arthritis, and that affects staying asleep or getting back to sleep. So getting your body moving so that it's not as stiff, and then to try again can make a big difference as well. Don't use your phone right before bed. That blue light, making sure you have the blue light glasses, but also just anything that's stimulating. I know it's easy to get sort of, I don't know, addicted to Facebook, addicted to those red dots on your phone, addicted to doing catch up of Instagram. That's not serving us for a good night's sleep. So choose a different time in the day. I recommend it a scheduled time, whether it's like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, you catch up, but that time is not right before bed. We're going to talk about some breathing exercises coming up, but one of them is just really slowing down your breath. So you're starting with that 10 in, 10 out, 15 in, 15 out, and then 20 in, 20 out. When we slow our breath, we slow our heart rate. It allows us to focus on our breath and makes a huge difference for just shutting down those cortisol levels, getting our body to get into a more relaxed state by using those breathing exercises. There's different meditation apps. We have a list of them at the office we can give you, but some of the different relaxation de-stress apps, there's literally over 20, 30 different apps to be able to give it a try, to find the right one for you, to look at different ways to sort of get our body and our minds into a relaxed state. Finally, just like babies, that white noise, we see on cribs where they might put music sounds, or they might put ocean sounds, they might put underwater sounds. That white noise can help the to sort of retrain and relax our bodies. You can use things like ocean sounds to visualize yourself having a real nice nap in the sun by the ocean, um, visualizing your favorite place at the lake or the cottage, but just in a very relaxed state with that white noise. Finally, focusing on tensing those relaxed muscles. So that might look like this: tighten your face, your fingers, your toes, your fingers, your whole body's tighten, your buttocks, your abdomen, and then slowly relaxing everything. So you might take 10, 20, 30 seconds to tighten everything up, and then 10, 20, 30 seconds to relax everything. That can be done in bed, and it just, again, changing your focus, but getting your body to trick your body to get into a more relaxed state. The 4-7-8 breathing technique: you breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. So let's try that together again. That helps train our bodies into this relaxed state. Breathing in for 4, hold for 7, and breathing out for 8. So it just slows everything down, right? And many of us, this is challenged. We're racing in our minds, and our body just feels like it's still running from the day, and it never slows down. 748, sorry, 478 is a way to just force the engine to shut down. And this can be done multiple times in a row. It can also be done with our kids and our children, our teenagers, because they're also feeling that stress and tension through school, with friends. And it's an easy technique to do together. Number 10 is sometimes that snack is needed for people. I'd be cautious of what snack you're choosing. Like lots of popcorn, that chips, that ain't it, right? We want to make sure we have a healthy snack. I know some people choose milk, or warm milk, or warm tea. Careful, it's not a caffeinated one. So things like chamomile tea, peppermint tea would be things in our house, especially if you can get it from a farm, so that it's a healthier form of tea without different chemicals. Some people will, with especially if they have inflammation, inflamed joints, um, may look at different forms of turmeric with a healthy fat, because that's an anti-inflammatory and helps relax the body. You can also add using an Epsom salt bath or just a warm bath, just to help our bodies relax. And finally, careful how much liquid we drink after 8 p.m., because the more we drink that water, the more we're up uh, through the night to go to the bathroom. So trying to get our water first thing in the day. So highly recommend, when you take your vitamins in the morning, that full 8 ounce or a 10-ounce glass of water first thing in the morning. And you're trying to get about 3 to 4 large glasses of water, or water bottles is what I use, before lunchtime. Trying to make sure you get a majority of your water through the first part of the day will help our bodies be able to stay hydrated and also not need that water through the night. Remember that at night, this is the time where our body is fasting. And that's actually when you get into intermittent fasting, is helping our body manage inflammation and manage weight gain. So that time through the night is the goal, that we are not eating as well, because that helps create that autophagy and help our body with healing. So as we know that reducing stress is a huge, huge help, because it will improve our sleep. And when we improve our sleep, everything is better, not just our mental health, but also our physical health. So if sleep is a concern for you, please contact us at the Justine Blaine Wellness Center. Contact your chiropractor, your naturopath, your homeopath. Get your healthcare team on your side in order to improve your sleep, to reduce anything that's interfering with you from getting the best care and the best sleep. Now, as a chiropractor, we work with the nervous system, the amazing system in our body where our brain sends messages through the entire body. We believe that there's an amazing innate intelligence and inner intelligence that wants us to be healthy, that is always working for good. This in how the universe sends energy through our body, through our innate intelligence, through our nervous system, to all organs in the body. It's going to affect our breathing and our heart rate, all those areas that can affect our sleep. So, as a chiropractor, we take pressure off, remove pressure off this amazing nervous system, in order for our body to function in a better state, a more relaxed state. And it also helps our body send those messages to all of our different organs and all of our different muscles, by finding and removing subluxations, those areas of pressure on our nervous system. That helps that inner intelligence work through our bodies naturally, that is always working for good and always trying to heal our bodies. So I recommend that everybody have a spine and nervous system checkup. That doesn't mean you're obligated for care, doesn't even mean you need care. But I do believe that chiropractors are experts at finding and removing subluxations. And when you remove subluxations, that helps your body manage stress. And when you manage stress, you're able to get a better night's sleep. So please get your own healthcare team in order, with your naturopath, with your medical doctor, your dentist, your optometrist, your massage therapist, and your chiropractor to help your body be its best. When the whole engine is functioning better, you sleep better. We need the engine to go during the day, and we need it to shut down at night. So at our office, we offer complimentary meet and greets, complimentary opportunities to ask questions to see if this is for you. Is chiropractic the right thing for you? Is naturopathy for you? Do you need hormone testing? Do you need mineral testing? Do you need your blood work tested? Do you need to do the 24-hour urine sample? Do you need to do the Dutch test? What do you need in order to test and not guess, to find out how you can be helping your engine run more smoothly? Really to oil and lube the joints, oil and lube the engine so that you are at your best, not just for yourself, but for your family and for your ability to serve your community, your church, the groups that you care about. So again, at the Justine Blaine Wellness Center, we offer complimentary meet and greets. That's a 5-minute chat. It can be done virtually or in person in order to find out how you can be the better version of yourself. Stay tuned with us. Again, we have talks on female health, your elimination diet, not just the foods, but other aspects of our life, how to manage holiday stress, and for my mom, for my friends, for my families, for my patients, our regular and annual Christmas sit and fit. We love you. We love serving you. Stay tuned with us. Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and our website. Share this information for us. We put a lot of work into it. We want it free for you. We want the best for you. And we look forward to being with you again soon.